So a lot of us were taught about feelings growing up. Essentially, we weren't taught anything, especially if you were raised in a really religious household. Talking about feelings, communicating your truth, that isn't always encouraged or taught. And I really want to introduce empowering and new definition of feelings and a new orientation to them, because this has revolutionized my life and given me my power back in a way that I've literally never had in my life.
Oh my gosh.
And that is that feelings are a part of our internal guidance system. They're actually part of being a human being. Think about a deer and the feeling or the instinct it gets when it senses a predator approaching. Feelings are the reason why we have survived through evolution. They keep us connected to people in our community. Not only are they like instinctual, but feelings also guide us towards what our natural gifts and talents are. They signal to us if something feels off and needs more of our attention and consideration. And what the biggest, this is where the magic is and the gold is. Feelings are not your stories about stuff. Feelings are not your judgments, your interpretations about stuff. Feelings are not what you think they should have done. Feelings are not your mental stories about how things went. They are literally physical sensations in your body, and they are always and only ever happening right now.
Okay, here's what I don't get then. Why do they say don't trust your feelings?
That's a great question. I think...
Because is that a load of crap then?
I mean, I think one, it's a load of crap, but two, we don't really have a working, agreed upon definition of feelings. Like a lot of people, especially like me too, before I learned about this stuff, we collapse stories with feeling. Like it's one thing. Like you having this big emotional reaction and telling someone, how dare you offend me, you know, whatever. Like we think that is us expressing our feelings. That's not. That's you going into your head. That's you going into your ego.
And I have a question. I heard that a feeling can be distinguished because you can describe it with one word.
Yes. Thank you. And in an I statement. So
Wait, what's that mean? I don't know what that means.
So I feel disconnected. And if this is the work that I do with my clients, like it'll start out as you tell a story for 45 minutes about how someone really pissed you off and how dare they, and they're the reason that you feel like shit, and how could they, like you have a whole story around it. Often it involves blame on another person or a situation. Feelings are only between you and you. Like you said, I feel disconnected. So you have this huge story, and it's not like there's not any value in that story. But it's just not, it's not what your feelings are. And the reason we want to get in touch with our feelings in our body, in the now, is because we use them to navigate life. They show us what our boundaries are. They show us what feels good, and they can guide us towards what the next best step in our life is. And that's only inside of you. That is only inside of you. And it's always alive in you right now. And a lot of us have been taught to leave our body, to discount our body, to disrespect our body. But coming home to your body and really getting a relationship and an intimate relationship with your feelings, it gives you your power back. It gives you your internal guidance system back. It gives you your voice back. That's how you discover what your boundaries are and what feels good to you and what isn't okay with you, is getting into your feelings and distinguishing and pulling apart the story and the judgments and the criticism from the actual feeling, and taking responsibility for your feeling. And if necessary, learning how to communicate what you need to another person, or do something about a situation. Because like I said before, feelings motivate us to act. Like if you walk down the street and there's a dog and it's off a leash and it's barking and it looks like it's gonna eat you, you get a feeling of fear, and that motivates you to run or scream or climb.
Yeah.
Like if I get a feeling of this, I'm not happy in my career, this situation doesn't feel good, it could be signaling to me that either I have some unresolved issues from my past that need my attention, that are causing me to not feel good in the present, or maybe I need to take different action.
Oh my gosh.
You can only find your truth by going within yourself. And so many of us are taught, and I was taught this, that your truth is outside yourself. That everything outside of you is what's going to make you happy, is what's going to make you fulfilled, and you have to find and control what's outside of you to give you the feeling. But this is an empowering way of looking at feelings, where they're actually self-generated, and you get to build a relationship with them, so you know what to do next and how to proceed in a way that's going to feel good and right to you in your life. And
That
like
is awesome.
I could say just boatloads and bookloads of things on this. So this is just like very, very, very introductory. But what I can absolutely promise is that this gives you your power back, and it gives you that connection to yourself. Like, this is why I've been healing my chronic depression and anxiety, because I learned how to actually feel and tease out judgment, story, trauma from the actual feeling that needed my attention. Because you're feeling it, they're here to give us information. And when we suppress them, we judge them, we don't feel them, they're gonna stay there. They just get stuck, and they manifest as chronic anxiety, chronic depression. For me, my immune system totally collapsed. I got physically sick, which is not uncommon when you suppress the shit out of your feelings.
Right.
So when we start to actually feel our feelings, it lets them complete. Sometimes all they need is for us to just let them exist, and that creates a big shift. Other times they signal to us where we have limiting beliefs, or perhaps trauma or things that happened in our past that we're still holding on to, that we need help to like release so that we can feel okay in the present. It's, man, if we taught this to kids, if we taught this to people,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I know in my bones, it would
Game changer.
it would completely change our planet. It would massively reduce the amount of suffering, violence, otherness that is on our planet.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Like, this is the place of our power, and we are taught to ignore our feelings or suppress them or judge them a lot of the time. And of course, not that like people are consciously teaching us this necessarily, but it's just how the paradigm of our consciousness has been for a long time, especially in very religious institutions that have kind of fueled that depression and that encouragement to not trust the self and listen to the inside of yourself and your own inner wisdom.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. I needed to hear that. Did you? Mm-hmm. They did.
So, okay, how do we do this, right? That's like the question. How the F do we do this? So right now,
Okay.
close your eyes,
Okay.
deep breath,
Okay.
bring your attention into your body, and notice what you are feeling in terms of physical sensation in your body right now. And invite an attitude of openness and kindness and curiosity. Even if you have a resistance to that, that's okay. Just inviting the possibility of an openness and a kindness and a curiosity towards what you're feeling in your body right now. And that's where it starts, making that habit over and over and over. And noticing where you judge yourself, and bringing your attention back into the physical sensations in your body.
You're the raddest.